We can stop HIV, Iowa. Everyone has a role to play in stopping HIV. Unfortunately, there are barriers that make our job a little more difficult.
Stigma is one of our biggest challenges. According to a survey, 27% of respondents who were living with HIV said they waited to get tested because of the stigma.
So we should talk about HIV more.
And support people living with HIV.
Find out more at stophiviowa.org.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Welcome to the Entrepreneur Impact Summit, presented to you by Chism Group, LLC, on That Will Never Work podcast. Today, I present to you Reverend Tyra Frazier.
Good afternoon. My name is Tyra Frazier, and I am the author of Traveling Through Your Storm, and also the National Day of Prayer book, where there were over 50 authors that I collaborated with Dr. Teneria Drummond-Smith, and also my upcoming project, which will be the second edition to Traveling Through Your Storm. So this afternoon, I would like to speak to you about entrepreneurship and what that looked like for me and the process that I went through. So in the very beginning, let me just start and give a precursor that I did not want to be an author. My mother was the one who pushed me into this. Many of us, when we consider starting our own businesses or going into business, it's normally something that we like to do or something that we love to or something that we're even passionate about. But my little story is a little different. I did not want to go into this. I did not want to pursue authorship. This was my mother's idea. She was determined that there was something that I had that the world needed. And so she kind of pushed me into this. So I'm going to have to start with that because this was not my idea or not my original plan to be an author. So after her ensuing and her constant pushing me to do this, I finally consented. So the first step for me in getting this project together was just simply to begin. Now I must say that my first print of my book, Traveling Through Your Storm, had to be republished. Now, let me just tell you that I do not recommend self-publishing. It is a very daunting task. I do believe that we should seek out some professionals to have professional design covers, high definition graphics on your book, and also to ensure that what you've written, your content, the grammar is correct. So I do not recommend self-publishing so much because it is a lot of work. So with that, I did self-publish my first book. And after I realized, after it was put out on Amazon and people had purchased it, that there were a few things that needed to be corrected. So my next step was to go and to have Love Clones Publishing reformat and republish the book for me. And so the book that you will see when you search on Amazon is actually the second version of the book. And so what I did was I contacted them. I had them redo the cover, go in the inside and check for grammar and spelling and put it together a little differently. And once that project was completed, we put it out there. It has been a tremendous success. One of my success stories is that there was a young lady that contacted me from Minnesota, I believe, who had somehow come in contact with the book. Now, I don't know anybody from Minnesota, but she somehow got a hold of this book and wanted to order 15 copies to bless people with. I was so elated. I never imagined that this book would go the places that it has gone. I don't know exactly what I anticipated when I started this project, because remember, I didn't necessarily want to do it, but this was my mom's idea. So I went along with it so she would be happy, but it turned out to be something that has been a blessing to my life and to those that have come in contact with. So as an author, my suggestion to you is that if you are indeed an author, my suggestion would be that you would get started. One of the things that I often tell people when they ask me how I put my book together, I have to remind them that the book was all over the place originally. I just sat down and I wrote bits and pieces here. I wrote a piece there. I wrote a piece here. And then the book came together. We put it together later. What am I saying to you? If you are an author, get started. It doesn't matter if you're writing one chapter today or you're writing chapter 5 tomorrow, you're writing chapter 2 next week. Get started. You have to start writing because that's your biggest hurdle. You have to set goals for yourself. So say for instance, during the week, you're going to set a goal of writing maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour per week, or even per day if you have the time. Make sure you put the work in to get it done. That is so important. Put in the work to get it done. So set a goal for yourself. Matter of fact, let me just put this out there now. Why don't you set a short-term goal and a long-term goal? That way, once you reach your short-term goals, you can be encouraged to complete your long-term goals thereafter. So what would a short-term goal be? So simply write something 30 minutes per day. That would be a good short-term goal. What would another short-term goal be? To look at design covers, to get a picture in your mind of what you want your cover to be or how you want your information relayed to your audience that you're targeting. Okay, so those are examples of short-term goals. And then you set long-term goals. You know, once your book is published, you know, what audience do you want to target this to? How do you want to market your material? Do you want to do that on Zoom because we're in the era of Zoom? Do you want to have a publishing, a book signing on Zoom? How do you want to organize that? Do you have friends that you want to invite? Do you have family? Are you, your co-workers, your church members? Put all of that together. That would be considered your long-term goals, but you have to set goals for yourself in order to reach them and get the project moving along. So again, my first suggestion would be 1, to get started. 2, to set some short and long-term goals. And then 3, finally, to do your research. Why do I say that? Because a lot of times we have good ideas, we have plans, we have something that we feel like could do good in the community, but we don't put in enough work behind the scenes to get it done. For example, if you would like to be a caterer or open a restaurant, what restaurants are already in your area? Who are the demographics? What people live in your community that you could market your delicious tasting food to? Those are things that you can do behind the scenes as far as research to understand and better market your business. Okay, say for instance, you want to be a photographer. Are you taking photos daily or weekly? Are you going out? What type of pictures do you like to take? Are you taking pictures of animals, still shots, moving shots, colored, black and white? Work all of that out so that you can be the best photographer, dancer, caterer, author that you can be. These are just a few little tips that will help you along the way. So what I've often been asked, what has helped me to be established as an author? Well, one of the things that has helped is that the consistency. So once you complete your project, you've gone through all of the writing, and you've gone through the review process, and you approved your cover for your book, you've approved the back of the book that talks about the author, and now what do you do as far as marketing? Who are you marketing your materials to? So one of the things that has helped me is that I understood that part of my target area was going to be those in the community and those in the church, and those are 2 separate things, those in the community and those in the church. So what I did was I set up book signings in both places, not to specifically just target church people and not to specifically just target people in the community. I also scheduled myself at events where there would be all people from all walks of life. And so, for instance, they do this the Circle of Sisters every year. Maybe somebody is doing what they call pop-up shops. You can make arrangements to participate in those areas and get your materials out there. So those are just a few of the things that have helped me. The book signings in different areas, just taking the book with me and telling people. I remember one instance, one of my friends was on the bus and she was reading my book. And somebody behind her, believe it or not, was reading over her shoulder and asked her where she got the book. And she actually gave the book to them. And then she purchased another book from me. So those are instances where the book has gone. I had no idea this would actually take place. Remember, I didn't want to do it. But once I did, I was so proud of myself. And you will be proud of yourself as well once you get out there and get started. So my advice is to get started, do your research, and make sure, again, you have short and long-term goals. One of the many advantages of being an author in this time, especially now, is during the pandemic, where people need encouragement. They need hope. They're looking for something to hang on to. They're looking for something tangible that they can hold. And so it's my duty to make sure that I'm putting material out there that they would be able to read and grasp. It's not so high up they can't understand, and not so theological that they just put the book down. And so what I've done in the first book is I've crafted several meditations. I believe in the first book there are 25 meditations available in the book, that's plainly written to help you through certain situations. For instance, there's one in the book that says, "When Love Puts You Out." There's one, the title of the book, the meditation, is called "Traveling Through Your Storm." And so I specifically titled these things for events that I was going through in my personal life at one time. They are meditations written from my heart, and just things that God has placed on my heart to do. What does that mean for you? Take a look at what you're good at. I honestly believe that your business, your entrepreneurship is right here in your hands. Why do I say that? Because the work that you can do comes from here. So if you're good at photography, maybe that's your way to entrepreneurship. Maybe you're good at cooking with your hands. Maybe that's your end to the entrepreneurship. You have to take a look at your passion, what you enjoy doing. Now, let me preface that in saying this. One of the things I enjoy doing is dancing. I love to dance, liturgical dance, miming, and those types of things. Will that bring me a profit? In some cases, yes, because churches give love offerings. But is that the means to financial freedom for me? Absolutely not. Is financial freedom afforded with being an author? I would say not. I don't know that anybody is rich off books, but maybe TD Jakes and some of the higher ups. I'm not there yet, but I'm working my way. But what I am saying to you is that you should put to your hands the work and the effort that is necessary to get your business up and off the ground. Maybe you're fearful of maybe it's not going to work. Maybe my plan is not secure, but I can assure you that once you step out of fear and you begin to put your plan to work, remember your short-term goals, your long-term goals, your plan, once you begin to put your plan into action, then you can begin to see the benefits that come along with putting in the work. Now, during this pandemic, I've seen many, a great number of people launch their businesses out of this pandemic. What does that actually mean? That means that people are still in need of things during this pandemic. They're still requiring, there's still a supply and a demand for certain things. You may have something specifically that somebody stands in need of. Right? So whatever that may be, put your hands to the plow and get that done. Somebody may enjoy your cooking. You see all of these TV shows, they're always looking for the next singer. They're always looking for the next actress. They're always, all of these shows where they're looking for the next best cook, best actor, best singer. Somebody is always looking for something. Remember that. Somebody, all it takes is one person to notice you and what you have to offer that will make the difference in your business. So be encouraged and put your hand to the plow and just know that what you have to offer, somebody is actually going to need. Somebody wants some lotions. Somebody wants some more music or some beautiful pictures. So what am I saying? Get out there, do the research, and put your best foot forward. You can do it. I believe in you. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Entrepreneurship is a hard work. You have to work harder than most because it's your baby, it's your thing, and you want to always put your best foot forward. So that means you're going to have to work a little harder, but you can do it, and the rewards will surely pay off. One of the things that I've seen during this pandemic is that many of my friends have launched their own personal businesses. Some have done paparazzi, some have done personal travel. And although we know that during this time, a lot of people are not traveling, it is going to pick up. And so what I see is daily, the people that are doing the travel business, they're putting the travel tips out there. They're asking questions. Where would you like to travel to? The young lady that's selling the paparazzi, she's always putting her new jewelry out there and saying, we got shipments coming in. Why do they do that? Because they're doing free advertising on their social media. So whatever your work is, use that to your advantage and take full advantage of it to get your product out there, to get your name out there, to make sure you have the proper venues that people can find you and that you can interact with people. I do have a ministry page, Tyra Frazier Ministry. I did have an author page, but I combined the two because the book was inspirational. On the other hand, it is also what I do. So I combined the two pages so that when I connect with people, I can say, hey, this is one aspect, I'm offering books. This is another aspect, I can offer prayer to you or whatnot. These are the things that this ministry can offer. Although this ministry is not a business, it's not my entrepreneurship. My entrepreneurship is strictly the authorship. So people, please do this, okay? Just take a quick note. I want you to remember a few things. One, you have plenty of resources available during this time. So ask Maurice, ask the Chism group after these videos are viewed, hey, how can I get in touch with the presenter for this? Or how can I get in touch with the person that presented the material for that? We have resources, we have connections. We have the ability to answer questions even outside of this format. And so reach out and connect with some of us. If you're interested, if you find somebody that's an author, reach out to them and just ask question after question. I know that we'll be here to help. If it's somebody else that comes along later and you're interested in that, ask for more information of how you can stay in contact with them or get to know them and ask them questions. All of us have had to follow in the footsteps of others and learn what works and what does not work and what is good and sometimes what is not so good. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions. That's what this format is for. We are so gracious. I do want to take this time at this moment to thank Brother Maurice and the Chism group for this opportunity. And I pray that you have been encouraged, that you would be willing to go ahead and step out there and get it done and start the work. Remember, short-term goals, long-term goals. Get started, do your research, and then connect with the right people. And that will help push you into your own entrepreneurship, your own financial freedom, your own way of putting money in your hands, extra money into your hands. I truly believe that in this season, everything we need is right here in our hands to make ourselves financially sound. Thank you for your time and your attention. Thank you again, Brother Maurice, for the opportunity. Be blessed, everyone, and Happy New Year. God bless you.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Every day, my company gets scam phishing emails trying to get money or sensitive info. I wanted to protect my employees and my clients, so I checked out CISA's Secure Our World. They've got simple ways we can protect our businesses from online threats. First, teach employees to recognize and report phishing. Next, requires strong passwords plus multi-factor authentication. And finally, turn on automatic updates for your business software. To learn more, go to CISA at cisa.gov/secure our world.